Motivation feels powerful. When it appears, everything feels easier. You feel ready, focused, capable of change. For a moment, progress feels effortless. But motivation never stays. And when it leaves, everything quietly stops. You wait to feel motivated before you begin. Some days, the feeling arrives. You work longer. You focus better. You feel proud. Other days, nothing happens. You know what to do. But you don't do it. So you wait again. Over time, waiting becomes a habit. You postpone starting until conditions feel right, until energy is higher, until stress is lower, until motivation returns. But real life rarely pauses. Responsibilities accumulate, attention fragments, fatigue builds quietly, and motivation becomes something you chase, not something you rely on. The popular story sounds convincing. If you really want change, you will feel motivated. If you don't act, you must not want it enough. Motivation is framed as the engine. No motivation. No movement. So people blame themselves when progress stalls. Not the strategy. Motivation is unstable. It shifts with sleep, with mood, with stress. With context, real life is not consistent. Deadlines appear. Energy drops. Unexpected demands interrupt plans. In these moments, motivation doesn't disappear. It becomes irrelevant. A system that depends on an internal emotional state cannot survive daily life. Motivation is not a cause. It is a response. It appears after progress becomes visible, after effort feels justified. But most advice reverses the sequence. It tells people to wait for motivation first. This creates a closed loop. No action without motivation. No motivation without action. And nothing moves. In real life, action often comes first. Not because people feel ready, but because conditions force movement. Systems that work do not ask how you feel. They ask what happens by default. What happens when energy is low, when attention is scattered, when motivation is absent. That is where real systems live. A better framework removes motivation from the equation. It replaces desire with structure. Small actions. Clear triggers. Low entry points. Action becomes neutral. Not exciting, not inspiring. Just possible. And possibility is more reliable than motivation. A simple shift helps. Stop asking, "Do I feel motivated?" Ask instead, what is the smallest version that requires no motivation at all? Lower the threshold. Remove preparation. Remove decision-making. Let action feel ordinary. Consistency grows quietly from simplicity. Motivation comes and goes. Systems remain. If progress depends on how you feel, it will always be fragile. But when action becomes neutral, change becomes steady. And steady change is the kind that lasts. If this helped you think more clearly, you'll probably enjoy the next essay.